Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Yeah, um, I had to handle something with my dogs. Little did I know, just when I thought I was out, YouTube pulls me right back in. Just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. Yeah, judge still on if Silvio or Don Corleone did it better. I say Silvio. Anyways, the movie Old is coming out, and while I haven't read the Rotten Tomatoes, I'm trying to avoid the Rotten Tomatoes score on that one. Because, I don't know. I always find it a bad sign when the embargo lifts the day before the movie comes out, or on the day the movie comes out. I remember that happened with Justice League, where some of the early reactions were just up. But Rotten Tomatoes refused to open up, and I feel like that's really why Justice League was bad, because it was like one of those where it's like, I didn't really kill that movie, aside from all the other problems with it, was the fact that Rotten Tomatoes did not lift the embargo until Friday. Which, if that's not saying much, I don't know, it is. And I really hate it when they do that, because that is always a red flag. Not unless you're a Marvel movie, then I think it mostly works. But yeah, M. Night Shyamalan's Old is out, and from what I hear, it's an interesting concept, but M. Night Shyamalan's Old, I hear it's kind of a jokey name reference to how Shyamalan, I've heard that Shyamalan uses too much of his tropes. I was a fan of early Shyamalan. I liked early Shyamalan, just from that Wide Awake to hell, I'll say it, even Lady in the Water. Although The Village, I think, was his last great effort. You know, I enjoy The Village. Um, and then yeah, then Lady in the Water was fine ish, and then oh god, right at that point was where I think what that happening was really where people started noticing how some of the tropes that Shyamalan was reusing. And then came Last Airbender, which never should have happened. Choose to pretend that never happened. Then After Earth came out, equally as boring, and he slowly made a resurgence with The Visit and Split. Glass, I was on the fence with, because it's like Glass, he was trying to create this own little universe, cinematic universe thing with Glass. I feel like that's what hurt the movie, was because what made Unbreakable great was that it told a singular story. And what made Split great was that it told a singular story. And with Glass, I felt a little disappointed with it. I know there are some people who enjoy the movie, but most of the consensus seems to be the film is not that great. The film, it was okay. It was the first meh Shyamalan movie, in my opinion. But it was like, oh man, really, Shyamalan? But yeah, the jury's still out on it. But from what I hear, Old is sort of, I don't know how. I am interested in seeing John's first reaction to this. Because one thing is, I love John Flickinger. I love the Flick Pick. One of the most energetic people, kind of like Black Nerd on YouTube. And I've missed seeing videos from him in a movie theater. It's bringing me so much joy seeing John Flickinger talk about a movie. I haven't seen him talk about a movie since the Snyder Cut. And I know he's been doing like the live streams, but I think now, and also he did say on Twitter, I follow him on Twitter, on Instagram. He did say he was in the middle of moving, which he often jokes about. But I think it's like at this point, I feel like John is trying to become one of those Western heroes. He'll be like the Western hero of YouTube, where it'll be like he's always traveling. He'll be like Francis McDormand in Nomadland, where it's like always going to different places, you know. Except John doesn't live in a van. He's actually well paid, better paid than me. Anyways, let's see what John has to say about M. Night Shyamalan's Old. The thumbnail already wanted me to. I already clicked it at the moment I saw the thumbnail.
So I just saw the new M. Night Shyamalan movie, Old, And it's one of those movies that sort of makes you feel like you're going to have an existential midlife crisis halfway through, because you question everything about getting older and your old age. And every day I notice a new gray hair. So I could only imagine if years were going by in hours like they do in the film. But either way, as far as M. Night Shyamalan movies go, it's either you hate it or you love it, or at least that's how I feel, because he's made a lot of great movies. And I've sort of come to this conclusion: less is always more with him as a director. And what I mean by that is every time he takes on a little bit too much, it always sort of fails. It always falls apart. Movies like Avatar: The Last Airbender, which we won't talk about that.
Yes, John, we do not. Every time you mention that movie, God kills a puppy. That's probably not true. It would be true if you mention Last Airbender or Dragon Ball Evolution. God strikes a lightning bolt upon thee and turns you into dust. Like, ah, yeah, right. I remember seeing that Last Airbender. God, and you're just dust. Ugh, yeah, my bed is still messy. I mean, it's more organized, but yeah, I'm gonna do it because back problems. Actually, I haven't gotten off my lazy ass in a while.
Or even movies like Glass. You know, going into Glass, I was super hyped up. I loved Split, loved everything going for it. And then we got to Glass, and I was like, it's okay. And then the last 10 minutes of the movie sort of ruined it, but that's neither here nor there. But every time he does something small scale, a little bit more simple, sort of like Old, or something like The Visit, which he directed, what was that, 5 or 6 years ago, I really enjoyed that. And that's where he thrives and excels as a director, because less is more. So with Old, I'm happy to say, with my first reaction out of the theater, just watched the movie.
Hold on, I gotta go check something because my dogs just can't shut the hell up. Okay, let's watch this. My dogs, I love my dogs, but they're such a pain in the ass sometimes.
Like The Visit, which he directed, what was that, 5 or 6 years ago, I really enjoyed that. And that's where he thrives and excels as a director, because less is more. So with Old, I'm happy to say, with my first reaction out of the theater, just watched the movie maybe 30 minutes ago, and I was actually going to record this video over there, but they're playing copyrighted music, so we have to run over here into the middle of the parking lot and scream like a crazy guy. Don't call the cops.
I love that. Just John's energy on YouTube. This is what I love about him. He's just so energetic. Kind of like Andre Blackner. A very energetic personality. I mean, at this point, John is the only person who can go into the middle of a parking lot talking to a camera. Overseer is like, do we call the police or something? No, that's a flick pick. He gets a no cape. He gets a get out of jail free card. I love you, John. I love you. No homo. Just saying. Just like brothers.
I'm happy to say I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was thrilling. It was interesting. I thought the acting, the back and forth between the characters, it's not perfect, because very few films are. And if I had to be nitpicky about it, I would say there's some expositional dialogue that's a little bit heavy-handed. But they also sort of have to do that because there's no real organic way to implement it into the movie, the story, to give you some backstory on these characters, sort of just put together on this island. You have to care about them and develop them as characters. But some of it was a little bit heavy-handed. There's also a few moments in the movie where the movie sort of treats the audience like for example, how can I say this without spoil? I have no spoilers. There's something that happens, and what the character says after that felt so unnecessary. Like, no human being would ever say this, like, these 2 sentences to describe what just happened, but she does it so we as an audience can comprehend what just happened. I think most people could put two and two together based on some previous scenes in the movie, but I felt like maybe they had to do that because some people might not quite get it. But I mean, those are some nitpicks, but I thought the acting, the performances really... And whenever you have a cast like this and it's in one location, you sort of have to focus on those performances at times. And speaking of that, the movie Old takes place essentially, I would say 94% of it, It takes place on this beach surrounded by these giant rocks. And I've always enjoyed films and movies set in one location. Something about it is, it's almost a bit more immersive because you can just focus on the performances and not so much the scenery or the location. And I feel like movies like that usually have to have a great solid script and great dialogue. And this movie, I would say, for the most part, does those things. I mean, I'm not going to compare it to movies like Clerks or Castaway. I think Castaway might be slightly more similar if Tom Hanks aged um, 50
Okay.
years in the first day. But it's similar to that. And I like movies set in just one location. Something about it it almost makes you feel like you're there with them rather
I have to pause again because these goddamn dogs. Oh, thank God Almighty.
than transitioning to different scenery and things like that. As far as the big twist, once again, no spoilers.
Let me just fix something here. Sorry, John. I gotta fix it. No, I want. Oh shit. Yeah, I hate doing this in the middle, but the computer's already charged. I have to put it on battery saver.
But it is an M. Night movie, and it is based on a novel from, I think, 2010. Um, I thought the ending to this movie was good. I was like, okay, like I can buy into that. Is it ultra realistic? No, but it's sort of one of those movies. As my hand gets tired, uh, it was shoulder day at the gym, so let me just do
Yeah.
this for a couple of minutes as you guys all watch and cringe at the video.
Hey, I'm used to it by this point. Like I said, this is practically normal if you're the flick pick. If someone else did this, it would come off as strange. But since John's been doing this for like, man, he's been around YouTube for like I think since 2009 or 2010. I remember seeing some of his early videos where he looked like a yeah, essentially pre Super Soldier Serum. But yeah,
Okay, but I need to hold the camera with my left hand. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, the ending to the movie. It's an M. Night movie. You know there's going to be a twist. I thought it was okay.
hold on, I really gotta pause now because really nothing. Also, I was mostly like this. Uh, yeah, I'm fine like this now. God damn it. 20. Check to see if I'm recording. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. It almost for me. This is what I took away from it. Sometimes you almost have to like. It's one of those movies where do the ends justify the means? That's what I got from it, and I was looking at it from like the perspective of that by the end of the movie, and I'm like, huh. I know there's victims here, but I I I get what they're going for, and it's so hard to really discuss this movie. But yeah, I think audiences will be a bit more pleased with at least the ending or the twist of this movie in comparison to something like Glass, where it's just like a group of weird people controlling. So anyway, it was much more pleasing to the end of this movie. I really enjoyed it, so I highly recommend checking it out. It's a thrilling movie. There's some weird, crazy scenes, especially with one lady in this cave. Oh man, it was intense. I really enjoyed that. But overall, I think it's one of the better M. Night Shyamalan movies of the last like decade or so. But then again, I really enjoyed the Village the first time I watched it years ago, and I still stand by that twist. People hated it, but I still like. I was like, I liked that. I liked the a bit more subdued of an ending, you know. So anyway, guys, leave your thoughts, your opinions down below. Are you gonna go see Old? If you've already seen it, leave your thoughts down below. Maybe try not to leave spoilers for people who haven't seen it, but either way, here's the twist of this video, and bye. I'm just kidding. See, it wasn't over. After credit scene. Okay, it's really over now. I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you subscribe, and
Sorry, I had a ad pop up. Oh wow. Uh, yeah. The video already ended. But yeah. I mean, okay. Here's the thing. As long as the twist is nothing like Glass, I'll be fine with it. From what I hear, it's not perfect, but it's probably decent. Might I check it out? I may check it out. I may not. Everything's so goddamn confusing here. Okay, this is the one I'm recording. Yeah, I'm still fixing the settings here. It's just very strange. Yeah. Alright, so at least one positive review. So far. I'm still waiting for Stuckman's. Rotten Tomatoes. I always say that as a joke. Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not sure. Yeah, I had a search that said M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Ooh ee ooh M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. Ooh ee ooh M. Night Shyamalama Ding Dong. The Witch Doctor music. That's essentially a meme. I remember that. I think that was yeah, I do hope this is at least watchable, slightly good enough. Nothing great, because ever since Glass, I've been starting to really, yeah, because it was like the Visit was so good and Split was so great that I was like, okay, you kind of lost me with Glass, Shyamalan. Hopefully your next movie. I'm still gonna be excited for anything Shyamalan makes because I am curious about it. I'm always curious about what movie Shyamalan does. Controversy, plagiarisms, filmography. Here it is. Yeah, Glass. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's good. At least I'm just still hoping it's at least watchable. But like I said, I've got nothing left to add here. I just really love seeing John talk about movies. That's essentially what he does. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, flick pick. When did he start YouTube? When did he start YouTube? 'Cause I do remember seeing. All right, here it is. Joined October 7th, 2010, and to show you. Hold on. Flick pick before and after. Then versus now. Yeah. I'm really trying to find a video of like old old John, but I can't all of a sudden. YouTube's not allowing me to do or at least Google Images. Google is not allowing me to. You bastards. You bastards. Let me at least show audiences oh yeah, top 10 movies to watch on HBO Max. Yeah, it hasn't posted anything since just and upload sort by oldest. Let me show you. I know John's probably looking is like, why would I do this? Yeah, this is what John looked like. Just to give you, look at that. Just look. uh, I love John. I love that even though John at this point he's more mature now than he was back then. That he still keeps that energy to it. He still keeps the energy, and I like it. I love it when YouTube critics don't quit their day job. They over the times they learn to be more mature, but they still keep that energy that makes them watchable. So I'm gonna end it here. This was M Night Shyamalan. This was John Fickinger's reaction to M. Night Shyamalan's Old. All right, well, I guess I'll leave a link down below, and I'll leave a link to both of John's channels, his main Flickpick channel and his second channel, just his name. All right, I gotta end the video here. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for a certain video tomorrow. Holy shit, I gotta take a shower now. I know, my laugh is fake. My laugh is more real than Jimmy Fallon's. All right, Godspeed, everyone. Take care.